It's right here. And he's like, well, I assumed it'd come out better than this. And so I'm like, sir, there's nothing really we can do. He's like, so you're telling me there's nothing you can do? I said, well, we can do a restoration, but you didn't want a quote on that. You want me to quote that for you? He's like, no, we're done here. He would basically kick me off his property. So I laughed, and not much I could do at that point, really thinking about what I could do to make this guy happy, but I'm not going to do a restoration for free. It's not in the cards. So I left, and then the wife calls the office, and she's extremely upset and says, your guy came out here, and my husband's not feeling good. He wasn't in the mood to argue, but I am, so I'd like a call back. So looking for a fight, I guess. So my office calls, and I said, you know what? I'll drop everything. Tell them I'll come out here, and I'll be out there at 1 o'clock. And then the wife, she said, well, he doesn't need to come out here. I just want him to talk to me on the phone. So then I call her, and she answers the phone. She says, yeah, I'd really like to talk to you in person. Okay. I'll be out at 1 o'clock. So I go out there, and I talk to the wife, and she says, well, I was here, but you were talking to my husband, and he wasn't really feeling good, and I'm just not happy with this. And I said, well, these are all things I explained to your husband. And she says, well, I don't think you explained it to him because he wasn't aware of it. And so I showed her the paperwork. I said, here's the paperwork where he signed it. This is where we said what you're going to see, and this is where he signed it. And he also had an initial next to the blemish part, that there's blemishes. And I said, how else could I explain it? We made him sign it. And she goes, oh, I didn't know he signed anything. I'm like, yeah, it's right here. And she's like, well, it's still not acceptable. She goes, I had another professional out here, and they said that all that stuff on the coping, it could come off. You got to scrub it by hand. She said, pressure washing, it's not going to get it off. And I said, well, I disagree with you respectfully. I said, you can't, if that could just wipe off by hand, we would do it. And it would require restoration for one thing. And she says,